What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are having a great day as usual. So for this video, guys, I'm going to be reacting to the cast of the Fantastic Four. But before we jump into the video, guys, I'm just going to need you to hit the like button because it helps the channel and the video grow a lot. Enough talking though, let's jump into the video. We'll have a little discussion after. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires, and just like that, we have the official cast for the Fantastic Four, and only days after we get the first trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. Marvel Studios actually released two official promos, one for the logo and for the film. There's some details in here we can tell, and then of course the other, what is an artistic impression of the four members of the Fantastic Four cast, but you can clearly tell who the actors are. We're gonna break it all down, Marvel's announcement, the cast reveal, and what we can tell about the film from the official promo, because there is one Easter egg in here that tells us exactly what year the Fantastic Four is set, and I'm going to explain. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this is what they officially released on their social media, and we can clearly tell the four members of the Fantastic Four from right to left are Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Human Torch, and Ebon Moss-Backrack as the Thing, and of course they made sure to include a portrait of him up on the wall, because otherwise, well, he just looks like the Thing. Now, in the foreground, you can see one other member of the Fantastic Four, and that's their lovable robot, Herbie, which stands for Humanoid Experimental Robot B-Type Integrated Electronics, and was scooped a couple of weeks ago to be a part of this film. Also, one little tidbit about Herbie, he only existed as a member of the Fantastic Four because the Human Torch was actually under licensing rights to a different company at the time, and for a different project outside of Marvel, so they had to come up with a member, and this is what they did. Now, we know 100% from the styling that this is sort of retro, but because of the magazine that he's reading here in the foreground, we actually know exactly when the Fantastic Four is set. This magazine is actually a magazine issue of Life magazine that featured Lyndon Johnson on the cover and was published on December 13th, 1963.
I knew
so
it.
There's some huge implications here. Not just that this is going to be set during the 60s, but where and when the Fantastic Four are. Because as I've said in multiple videos, and as it pertains to our 616 MCU, Marvel Studios has exhaustively gone over the 1900s through several franchises, several look-backs at what's gone on in the past for superheroes.
Because they would already
and I feel like it would be extremely remiss if the Fantastic Four had existed in the 616 timeline, and they were only just now getting brought up. That is, unless they were early members of the space program and ended up getting stuck somewhere else in the multiverse in time and space and from the 60s, and without any real record of them, not only would that cause their powers, but that would cause them to be pretty much omitted from most of the history in the 616. But I think it a lot more likely that they're going to be coming from a completely different part of the multiverse, and when they do eventually meet up with the 616, well, that's where they'll be to stay after the multiverse is completely resurrected and at the end of the multiverse saga. Now, there may be some other details tucked in here, and we'll have to look even closer for them, but at the end of the day, this is just a hand-drawn Valentine promo to announce the cast of the Fantastic Four and confirm when it's coming out. But there's two things I want to address, because I already know that there's going to be a fire in the fandom today, because a lot of people did not want Pedro Pascal as Fantastic Four. One of the things I'm not going to do, especially here at this channel, and I urge you guys not to do because we have over a year before the film comes out, is to not complain about the cast before you give them a shot. Look, I'm all for calling something bad if it actually is bad, say like Madam Web, but I'm not for complaining about something or borrowing grief from the future when we haven't even seen it yet. And look, we've been a lot more surprised by castings in the past. There may be a chance that this is the perfect cast and they'll have the perfect chemistry when finally we get them on screen. So if you're in the camp of, hey, Pedro Pascal never felt like Reed Richards that you read in the comics, just look past that, give him a shot, and we can talk about it after we see the first film. And keep in mind that this team, more than maybe any other, is really built on the chemistry with each other. They have to be a family, and so I'm guessing that it was a lot more intricate casting than just picking one person here and one person there. Probably a lot of screen testing, a lot of reading together to see if the chemistry they were looking for is there. So trust in the process, trust in them to get the right actors. And if it's bad after you see it, then you can complain, but let's not go doing that before. The other thing I would say is that there were some of you who were pretty upset that this was going to be a period piece. And I would say, look, there's plenty of Fantastic Four and set in the modern era, say during Avengers Secret Wars, Fantastic Four 2 going into Phase 7. Having them do a sort of retro vibe is totally cool, because remember, Matt Shakman's the guy who directed WandaVision, and for something that was meant to be sort of a period homage, absolutely pulled that off, and within the confines of Disney Plus, where most of the productions there have been pretty bad. So the fact that they got this guy who already did it, he's proven within the company, understands the IP, and that they're doing this, and with the first film, well, basically they get a shot to put the Fantastic Four in their own setting. That's when the comics were published. Make it the sort of story that it was back then, pay homage to that, and do something different than the other two Fantastic Four films have done, and then they've got plenty of other films in the future of the franchise.
Alright guys, not 100% sure how I feel about the casting for Fantastic Four, so let's jump right into it. First of all, the big elephant in the room, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I don't hate Pedro Pascal, I actually like him as an actor. I just think he's overexposed in Hollywood. He's been in like 5 to 10 things within the last 10 years, so it's kind of like he's in everything, and it's hard for you, like for me it's getting hard to, because he's so many characters. He's Mando, he's Joel, he's in Game of Thrones. It's becoming a lot, I guess, with Pedro Pascal. I agree with what the commenter said on the video. You can't judge something until you've seen it itself. Like, it might turn out good, and that's why I'm gonna leave my brain open to just seeing it first and then actually judging how he plays Reed as but it is weird casting. I think it's just kind of like, it feels like there's only like 20 actors in Hollywood and they just keep picking the same actors. It's becoming a little weird, you know? It's like they're like, Pedro's in like 3 things coming out, like 3 major things coming out this year and next year. So it's kind of like you're gonna see him a lot. It's gonna be all over the place. So I think it's just weird. Like, there was no one else they could have cast, and no one else that kind of resembles Reed. But like I said, I'll have an open mind to the idea that he will play Reed Richardson. And the rest of the casting I'm pretty good with. Like Vanessa Kirby, I like her in a lot of the stuff she's in. She was just in Mission Impossible, the recent one that just came out in 2023, so she killed it in that movie. The other 2 people I'm less familiar with, so we'll have to wait and see. Another thing he talked about, which is so true, is in the 613 or the 616 Marvel Universe, the past is already sealed. That's what the Infinity Stones did. Like, you can't go back and change the past. That's literally what the Infinity Stones, they locked everything in, because everything that's supposed to happen already does happen. So it's already locked in. The future of the MCU up to the Infinity Saga is locked, except the TVA stuff. So the Fantastic Four technically can exist within the 616, or else they would have already existed. Right? So it is going to be hard, and this is why they should kind of think about rebooting pretty soon, because they have the right to all the characters within the MCU, but they can't use some of them because it will ruin the continuity of the MCU. And they'll have to go back and retcon stuff, like change things that they already said that already happened. That's what they're already starting to do. And it's already starting to get muddled. That's when the multiverse kind of muddles it. So you're kind of getting to the point where the MCU is just becoming like a string of craziness. Like, there's no continuity. There's crazy stuff happening in every TV show, every series. They never really bring it up in the future. Like, where's Ereshkigal the God? Where is the Celestial in the ocean? Where is White Vision? Where is Moon Knight? Where is the secret scarab? Like, all these things are starting to add up. Where are the Eternals? So that's what I'm trying to say. At some point, it's just becoming too much. They got to start thinking about rebooting, or like doing something. Like, Deadpool would have been a perfect way to restart the whole MCU, but I don't think they're going to do that. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Very interesting. I am going to watch the movie. I am hyped to watch the movie. I guess I want to see how the MCU ends, because I think we're in the final stage of the MCU. I think it will be over within the next 5 years. By 2029, 2030, I think the MCU will just be sealed, and then they'll have to reboot again. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, because it helps the channel and the video grow a lot. But I'm gonna wrap it up, so take care of yourself, stay safe, because it is a crazy world and there are a lot of crazy people. But most importantly, guys, you already know by now. Peace.